ready to go.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. From the gun, Rivers. And he's got his man, Hilton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Third down and 6 yards to go.
A quick toss outright. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
It's now 4th down and 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Operating from the gun, Rivers.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He was looking for Jack Doyle, the Pro Bowl tight end.
And now it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Rivers is going to fake the give to Taylor and set up to throw it.
Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
From the gun, Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And his kick is right through.
The score, Colts 28, Packers 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Rodgers again now. He'll buy some time right, and that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rivers going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Back now in Indianapolis, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run again with Hines.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Now Austin. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers.
Going right back to Jones. This time the connection made. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Here's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Packers are back within a score. Crosby with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Down to 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Running the sweep, Hilton with it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Taylor. Down right around the 25.
Jonathan Taylor.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Rivers on the money, complete, and down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now Taylor. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They run once more with Taylor. He gets away from one, able to slither by. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Pass, Leonard in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage again to 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll be out right at the 35. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Taylor.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game.